So behavior's changing 39 different perks in Dead by Daylight. They're touching every single meta perk: Barbecue and Chili, Corrupted Dimension, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, Borrowed Time. And with all these different perks, behavior is deciding to shake up the entire meta. The way that Dead by Daylight will be played after this patch, after these changes, will make or break Dead by Daylight. And I've made a comprehensive analysis on the complete list that was released, and I'm here to share that with you guys in this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. So these are the 39 different perks that are being changed: Tinkerer, Barbecue and Chili, Borrowed Time, Botany Knowledge, Calm Spirit, Corrupted Dimension, Dead Hard, DS. All the perks that have to do with gen regression, gen stalling, healing, and second chance perks like Noed. Is Dead Hard on here? Dead Hard's on here. It seems like they're also touching a couple weak perks that are underused, like Monstrous Shrine and a lot of the eye perks. They're probably going to give them buffs to make them more relevant. Self-care, well, if you guys have watched yesterday when we played during the event, self-healing is crazy strong. Look how fast you can heal people with We're Gonna Live Forever. Look at that. Look at that. When behavior changed We're Gonna Live Forever, it added 100% extra healing speed. That was broken as shit. Oh my god. You could fully heal someone in 1 second. Spine Chill, it's just like probably like overused as fuck. Spine Chill's really good. Are they touching Built to Last? They're probably not touching Built to Last, are they? If they're not touching Prove Thyself, it makes sense, because then they're just like, they're not touching anything related to gen. Is there Prove Thyself? No, there's no Prove Thyself here. I'm surprised. Okay. Lucky Break, that makes sense. You're surprised no exhaustion perks on the list? Like, if they were touching Dead Hard, you'd think they'd be touching Sprint Burst, Lithe, and or Sprint Burst at least, because Sprint Burst is really good. With Barbecue and Chili, behavior has to know why people use Barbecue and Chili, right? People use Barbecue and Chili for the extra 100% extra blood points. Even if they got rid of the auras completely, people would still use Barbecue and Chili like a load. I'm not even joking about that. So hopefully they don't kill the perk that people use to gain more blood points as killer. BHVR is probably about what's more popular and effective. Well, they talked about wanting to like cut down the amount of usage on certain perks. I feel like the #1 way to make people use Barbecue and Chili less and make it less of a meta perk is to make it so it doesn't give 100% extra blood points. Unless they add that effect to different perks. They're moving blood points for both perks because less farm. We're Gonna Live Forever. Gain a 25% stackable bonus per token on all blood point gains, up to a max of 100%. So this is basically a party streamers for Survivor, and this is basically a party streamers for Killer. We know Dead by Daylight is cutting down the amount of time it takes to get teachables. But so if you prestige 3 a character, you get all the teachables in every single character. So they're cutting down the grind massively, which also probably means that the blood point gains are going to be they might be gone. I don't know. I could see them getting rid of that. If they're getting rid of that, it's definitely going to be used a lot less. Okay. Iron Will, I'll be real with you. Iron Will is used a ton by survivors. It doesn't really make a difference in my games. Iron Will is good, and they're probably nerfing Iron Will to make it weaker, but I'll be real with you, it's not that strong. I mean, it might be strong against like newer players. Maybe that's what they're changing it for. Hope makes sense that they're changing Hope, because Hope gives you 2 minutes of like what? Hope gives you like a 7% haste effect for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's fucking insane. Oh, that's fucking insane. So that's definitely going to get toned down. We know that for a fact. Pharmacy. So what are all the healing perks that are getting changed? Botany Knowledge, Chlorophobia, Pharmacy, Self-Care. Okay. I have a feeling that behavior is going to be changing the way that healing each other just works completely. Because if they're touching all the healing perks, as we'll make it on this list, when you rescue a survivor from the hook, you gain a 100% extra speed increase when healing others for 90 seconds. This is a perk that helps you heal other people. Every single perk that has to do with healing yourself, like Botany Knowledge, Pharmacy, Self-Care, every perk that has to do with self-healing is getting reworked. So it's very likely that behavior is going to change the functionality of self-healing in general. There might be even a possibility that they make it so that you can't even self-heal yourself. You have to go to other people to get healed. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Healing might just be reworked completely. But the thing that we know is that behaviors touching perks predominantly that have to do with self-healing, I guess. It's just the fact that behaviors not touching will make it a perk that has to do with other survivors healing you. Makes me think that the behavior is thinking about a like crazy rehaul on just healing yourself in general. we're making assumptions. Do I like these perk choices? Well, whether they're good, these choices are good or not, is determinant on what behavior's planning. So they're planning on changing a lot of gen slowdown perks. So this is important. This is extremely important. So John Wang is a BHVR developer. Loved watching all the reactions to the announcements during the anniversary stream. Definitely the best part of the job for me. Now it's time for us to deliver. Regarding the perk changes, have you guys looked into why people feel the need to run so many gen slowdown hook protection perks? Namely the prevalence of early game gen pressure, camping, tunneling. Would you be considering adding base game mechanics to mitigate these issues? John Wang says, we will be making some baseline changes to go along with the perks. I can't say much, but our designers have worked really hard on this, and I would trust in their work. If we look at the perks that are being changed, Knockout is a slugging perk, Borrowed Time is an anti-tunneling perk, Corrupted Dimension, Ruin, Pop Goes the Weasel, Pain Resonance, Surge, Overcharge. These are all gen slowdown perks. We heard in the past that Behavior was talking about a possibility of a base kit Borrowed Time.
Will there ever be base kit Borrowed Time or Decisive Strike?
We have no plans to make Decisive Strike base kit.
I noticed you only mentioned Decisive Strike. Do we have anything at all planned for base kit?
We have no plans to make Decisive Strike base kit.
Borrowed Time might not exist anymore, and they might actually just make it base kit and turn this into a completely different perk. There are some killers that we know that can't function without Corrupted Dimension, like Trapper, as Trapper needs time to place down his traps. Same thing with the Hag. There are some killers that literally can't survive without Corrupted Dimension in their kit. So there is actually a possibility that Behavior might make like a version of Corrupted Dimension base kit for all killers, or some sort of slowdown. We don't know. I predict that some of these perks on this list will be turned into base kit for the game. My bank is on Borrowed Time, a weaker version of Borrowed Time base kit, and a weaker version of Corrupted Dimension base kit on all killers, and then reworking these to make it so that they're not as crazy. And if you're like, oh, Coconut, that's crazy. No, that would be horrible. I'm talking like 30 seconds Corrupted Dimension, or like 20 second Corrupted Dimension. Borrowed Time, like a 2-second Borrowed Time or a 3-second Borrowed Time base kit. Imagine a world where they absolutely gut Ruin, they gut Corrupted Dimension, they gut Pain Resonance, they gut Pop Goes the Weasel. You can't destroy these perks without giving killer a base kit gen slowdown. And some version of a base kit gen slowdown, because there are some killers that can't exist without corrupt, like Trapper, all these killers that require a lot of time to set up. We can probably see that self-care, anything that has to do with self-healing, is going to be probably revamped as well. Like, it's probably going to rework the entire way that you heal yourself. They're probably going to change the way that med kits work as well. But they're not touching the function of healing other people. It has been confirmed that there are baseline changes. There might be some baseline changes where killers get like baseline gen slowdown on everyone. And for Survivor, there might be baseline changes for everyone for anti-tunneling. It's important to realize that like if Behavior fucks this up, this can kill Dead by Daylight. But if Behavior does a really good job, this could be amazing for Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight's already dying? No. I don't know where you're getting those numbers from. Look at this. It's not dying. So look at this. April 2022. This is when skill-based matchmaking got fixed. They made it easier. This is when Boon Circle of Healing got nerfed and they added Shattered Hope. And then the game starts to skyrocket. And you're like, Coconut, no, they just released the Dredge. Everyone wanted to come back for the Dredge. Okay, boy. The Sadako released during this time. Artists released during this time. Do you see any gaining of numbers? Hell no, brother. All right. The numbers went up not because of the Dredge, but because they actually changed the skill-based matchmaking and Circle of Healing that people were complaining about for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. The game is doing pretty good. Even before the event, you're like, oh, Coconut, but the anniversary event, you get cakes, unlimited galore. Okay, before the event, this was at plus 3,000. Okay, now it's at plus 5,000. Okay. It's not that either. Stop picking straws, you cucks. Almo just confirmed this mid-chapter will come out with 1 gameplay overhaul, quality of life, 2 perk updates and meta changes, 3 prestige system. He said that it's a whole package, and one thing wouldn't make sense without the other. It also considered that Peanut said in the DD forums that they will make tunneling and camping less effective. It's going to be super huge. I feel like our calls might be good. Is that what we just said? Is that what we just said? Wait a second. I said that they probably will make some like an anti-tunneling mechanic base kit and a gen slowdown something base kit. Make tunneling and camping less effective. So, okay, one gameplay overhaul / quality of life. This is going to be, if I were to guess, Bard Time base kit or some sort of like anti-tunneling base kit, and Corrupted Dimension base kit or something gen slowdown base kit. Perk updates, 39 perk updates. A meta change. Second chance perks? What was it? What was the thing that I said before? Oh, healing. I said that they're changing the way that self-healing works completely, I feel like. Oh, another thing. Is No Way Out on this list? I argue that No Way Out is like the best perk in the entire game. The fact that No Way Out is also not on this list makes me think that behavior is not just nerfing the best perks for each rule. They're mainly just focusing on the frequency of like certain perks, and they just want to shake things up. I think they're fine with No Way Out being like one of the strongest perks in the game, because it's just like a different way of playing the game. It's like a end game. And also another fact, Blood Warden isn't on here. They're okay with Blood Warden being a playstyle as well. Yeah. Or John Wang said, they say they trust the team. They trust the balanced team. This is a YOLO. Basically, when they say when a BHR employee says, "I trust the team with these changes," they're saying we're YOLOing it, but we've made so many changes, so many good changes in the past like 1, 2, 3 months. Since the next couple changes makes or breaks the game, we'll see what the YOLO turns out to be.